rains and it pours when you're out on your own. If I crash on the couch, can I sleep in my clothes? If it looks like I'm laughing, I'm really just asking to leave. This alone, you're in time for the show. You're the one that I need, I'm the one that you loathe. You can watch me corrode like a beast in repose, cause I love all the poison away with the boys in the band.
WCVH proudly presents The Morning Show.
Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, April 25th.
Now we're Lexi with some more announcements.
Thank you. The quote of the day today is, "From my dad, I learned to be good to people, to always be honest and straightforward. I learned hard work and perseverance." By Luke Bryan. Today's lunch is cheeseburger with no hot combo. Tomorrow's lunch is walking taco, and the hot combo is grilled chicken sandwich. Now over to your weather report.
It could be a day for a sweater, or wind stronger than leather. For all your daily news, here's Matt with the weather.
Matt, if you don't hurry up, we're not gonna get this done in time. It's a half day.
I can't think of something.
Well, then I will hurry you up.
What do you mean?
Okay, the weather is going to be a high 59, low 41, currently is 55. Did you all see Meet Noah this week? No? Do you understand this? Jake, what are you doing to me? What's wrong with you? Hurry up my news. Have a happy half day.
Candlelit tables, piano music, and more than 1,200 cherry blossom branches in giant vases. President and Mrs. Trump welcomed more than 100 people to the White House for the administration's first state dinner. The menu, including rack of spring lamb, Carolina gold rice jambalaya, and ice cream for dessert. The guests of honor, French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife.
I offer this toast to President Macron and Brigitte, to the French delegation, and to every proud citizen of France. May our friendship grow even deeper.
With the help of a translator, Macron made a joke about how the White House was improved after the British burned it down in 1814.
And I say this in the most amicable way, and that James Monroe then had the brilliant idea of decorating with French furniture, a man of taste.
Among the others who were on hand, Vice President Mike Pence and his wife, Karen, Ivanka Trump, and Jared Kushner, and the sole Democratic leader invited to the dinner, Louisiana Governor John Bell Edwards and his wife, Donna. Before the night was over, the president thanked the person who made Tuesday a special night.
America's absolutely incredible First Lady, thank you for making this an evening we will always cherish and remember. Thank you, Melania.
I'm Sophia Steed, reporting.
Students, there will be an admissions counselor/recruiter for higher education from the Career and Technology Center in the Guidance Office this Friday, April 27th at 10:30. He is here to speak and to undecided seniors and students interested in learning a skilled trade following graduation. If you are interested in speaking with him, please see Mrs. McDaniel in the Guidance Office for a pass. Students, if interested in joining SAD Club, applications are located outside of Mrs. Metzinger's room across from the nurse's office. Applications are due to her or one of the new officers by April 27th. Now over to an announcement about Autism Awareness Month.
Autism has become a bit of a buzzword, and that's a good thing in terms of bringing normalcy to it and researching the causes. But there's a reason it's called autism spectrum disorder. There is literally a spectrum of behaviors that go along with it. Every person on the autism spectrum is different, but one main characteristic is most displayed is the difficulty in understanding social norms or communicating properly. What better way to promote the awesomeness of something than to make a list of awesome people who have done so in spite of their personal challenges? Never let a label hold you back. So sit back, learn a little something, and share this video to spread the good word. Number 5. Robert Gagno. This up-and-coming name fits into a few different categories, as he's beginning to dip his toe into acting. Robert Gagno is also involved in documentaries and art development on the movies. Oh, and did we mention he's a pinball wizard? Yep, just like in the song by The Who. An honest-to-goodness, legit pinball wizard. Seriously, Google him. Despite a childhood of awkwardness, doctors claiming he'd never talk, and hours on end of him just spinning, Mr. Gagno is joining the ranks of those proving that a label is nothing but a label. Nothing more, nothing less. He travels alone. He still competes in pinball championships. Yes, that's a thing. He does interviews, and he's starting to let his artistic side out. Go, Robert, go! Number 4. Tim Burton. No movie would be complete without a director. Tim Burton's story is an interesting one. It's similar to Dan Aykroyd's in that a later-in-life diagnosis helped make sense of his childhood, his quirks, and general personality traits. Though we should mention he hasn't been officially diagnosed, well, not by a professional anyway, he was a recluse as a child, preferring to involve himself in art or homemade stop-motion videos. It wasn't until him and Helena were watching a documentary on autism for a future project that they were both working on that they had the realization. She felt as if it was describing all of his wonderful quirks and eccentricities, and he felt like someone else could finally understand how he felt as a child. He even stated that he feels his film Edward Scissorhands is somewhat autobiographical. Regardless, his brilliant mind has made some brilliant films. Aside from Scissorhands, he's also directed Beetlejuice, Batman, Batman Returns, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Sleepy Hollow, Planet of the Apes, Big Fish, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, and more. Number 3. Heather Kuzmich. Let's take a break for a moment from movie-related names. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of America's Next Top Model. Heather Kuzmich was the first person with autism to be a contestant on the show. She might not have won, but she went very far. But more importantly, her presence alone on the show helped to show what many of us already knew, that having the label of autism spectrum disorder does not mean that you can't follow your dreams. Meanwhile, Ms. Kuzmich continues to be an awesome supermodel while also working to get a degree in video game design. Number 2. Alexis Weinman. Sticking with fashion for a moment, the idea of autism is probably not synonymous with beauty pageants. Let's be honest, but that doesn't mean it can't be, or at least that you can't participate just because of a label you were given. Alexis Weinman actually won the Miss Montana title. Her teenage diagnosis gave a name to the awkwardness she'd already felt for years. Communication wasn't easy. Loud sounds bothered her. She preferred to sit quietly in a hoodie rather than prance around in heels and a dress. So why did she even enter the competition? Well, to prove people wrong. With an awesomely supportive family, Ms. Weinman decided to challenge herself to shut up her critics and help change the face of autism. And if that sparkly Miss Montana crown means anything, hey, I think she succeeded. Number 1. Satoshi Tajiri. We saved the best for last. Satoshi Tajiri, probably better known as that guy that created Pokemon, is seriously successful and definitely ranks high on our list of awesome people. And to think, it all started with a hobby for collecting bugs. One trait that some people on the autism spectrum have is an obsession for one particular topic. It might be something that they simply love to watch, love to learn about, become an expert in, or simply can't be without. For Satoshi, it was collecting bugs. From that came his desire to give kids something new to collect. And in case you didn't know, collecting Pokemon is kind of a big deal. Add in his high school obsession with video games, and the perfect combination was born. It took time and the help of an illustrator, but basically he created an empire. And yet again, a successful adulthood doesn't mean a perfect childhood. Mr. Tajiri was often lost in his own thoughts, making it hard for him to make friends. Well, at least of the human variety, leading teachers to call him lazy and eventually flunking him out of school. Hard work changed that, but the point remains. Every child, regardless of if they are on the autism spectrum or have a label or diagnosis or not, will have times that they feel different. It's a given. Growing up is like that. But turn lemons into lemonade, or, turn a bug collection into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. Your quirks can also be your strengths.
Students, Greystone Manor Therapeutic Riding Center is looking for volunteers. They are a therapeutic riding program which involves teaching horseback riding lessons to children and adults with physical, cognitive, and behavioral needs. They have an upcoming volunteer orientation on Saturday, May 5th from 1 to 3 p.m. at their facility. Please visit their website to find out more about their organization. Attention to any student planning on taking the dual enrollment Hack English 101 class next year. You need to turn in your Hack paperwork you received at the meeting ASAP to Mrs. McDaniel in the guidance office if you still plan to take the course. See Mr. Cap if you have any questions. Now over to the viral video.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Skaters here. Students, CV Minithon is happening on Friday, May 4th, and we want you to be there. Sign up at lunches to participate in the event. There is a $25 fundraising fee to participate in the event, but feel free to raise more. All proceeds of the event will benefit the 4 Diamonds Fund to end the fight against pediatric cancer. See you at Minithon, and remember, it's for the kids. The National Art Honor Society is now accepting leadership and membership applications. Membership applications for artists in grades 11 and 12 can pick up applications outside Mr. Meyer's classroom. Current members need not reapply for the 2018-2019 school year. If you are a current member and are interested in running for an officer position, please pick up an application outside of Mr. Meyer's classroom. All leadership applications and membership applications are due by May 9th. Thanks.
There's only 3 days left to order the fantastic 2018 yearbook online. After Friday, you will need to contact Mrs. King to check if she has any left to reserve for you, and it will cost you $85. So don't delay. Order today at jostlinyearbooks.com. On Saturday, May 12th, the Conestoga Valley Football Booster will be hosting a co-ed kickball tournament on the stadium turf. Co-ed kickball teams are limited to 10 players per team and a minimum of 3 females per team. See Coach Novak for registration information because spots are filling up quickly, and the tournament is limited to the first 12 teams to register. Now over to CV Sports.
There's a relay baseball game against J.P. McCaskey at 4:15, dismissal 2:30.
There's a home softball game against J.P. McCaskey at 4:15.
Come out and support the Bucks.
That's all the announcements we have for you today.
On behalf of WCVH, I'm Jared.
Alongside Corinne.
And this is CV Today. Have a Corinne doesn't think she's short anymore Wednesday.